From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the morning news for October 22nd, 2025. These are the stories we are covering at this hour. A massive virtual arcade located on the Las Vegas Strip filed for bankruptcy after just 1 year of operation, facing a pending eviction and millions in unpaid claims, court documents show. The Electric Playhouse in Las Vegas, a high-tech gaming and dining center inside a mall at the world-renowned Caesars Palace Resort, submitted the filings in federal court on Monday. The filing requested that the motions for bankruptcy be heard on an accelerated timeline so that current employees can be paid on Friday. The sprawling 10,000 square foot Las Vegas gaming venue is equipped with a network of sensors that track the movements of guests to create a digital avatar similar to a player inside a video game, the website said. Guests use their bodies to play games instead of controllers or consoles, with the walls and furniture of the kaleidoscope windowless rooms responding to body movements to create interactive games. Unfortunately, the company has between $1 million and $10 million in assets and will not be able to pay unsecured creditors after administrative fees associated with the bankruptcy are paid, according to court filings. The venue opened in Las Vegas, a city known for pricey shows and around-the-clock gambling, just 3 years after the first location opened in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 2021. The court filings didn't list a reason for the company's financial turmoil, and an attorney for the company couldn't be reached for comment. Tourism in Las Vegas was markedly down this summer, with resorts and convention centers reporting fewer visitors compared to last year, especially from abroad. There was an 11% drop in June 2025 compared to the same month the year prior, when the new Electric Playhouse opened. In that time, hotel occupancy has also fallen by about 15%, according to data from the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Still, many businesses in the world-famous partying destination characterize the downturn as a return to normal after a post-pandemic spike and remain optimistic. Speaking of the pandemic, more than 420 anti-science bills attacking long-standing public health protections, vaccines, milk safety, and fluoride have been introduced in state houses across the U.S. this year, part of an organized, politically savvy campaign to enshrine a conspiracy theory-driven agenda into law. An Associated Press investigation found that the wave of legislation has cropped up in most states, pushed by people with close ties to Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The effort would strip away protections that have been built over a century and are integral to American lives and society. Around 30 bills have been enacted or adopted in 12 states. Trump administration officials are directing activists to push anti-science legislation in the states where public health authority rests, with the ultimate goal of changing laws and minds nationally. The effort normalizes ideas fueled by the anti-vaccine movement that Kennedy has helped lead for years. His Make America Healthy Again agenda masks anti-science ideas while promoting goals such as making food more natural or reducing chemicals. Meanwhile, vaccination rates continue to fall, allowing the infectious diseases, measles, and whooping cough to make comebacks as Kennedy has sought to broadly remake federal policies on public health matters, including fluoride and vaccines. So in other words, we're making America worse in terms of its health. Well, Kennedy allies dispute that their agenda is anti-science or driven by conspiracy theories, but many experts disagree. The march of conspiracy thinking from the margins to the mainstream, now guiding public policy, should be a wake-up call for all Americans, said Devin Burkhardt, president and executive director of the Institute for Research and Education on Human Rights, which has tracked the anti-vaccine movement for decades. People are literally going to die from it as a result. Ashley and Eric Dahlberg of Lowell, Indiana, lost their 8-year-old son Liam to a vaccine-preventable disease in April. And finally, President Donald Trump said Tuesday that the federal government owes him a lot of money for prior Justice Department investigations into his actions, and insisted he would have the ultimate say on any payout because any decision will have to go across my desk, in his words. Trump's comments to reporters at the White House came in response to questions about a New York Times story that said he had filed administrative claims before being reelected seeking roughly $230 million in damages related to the FBI's 2022 search of his Mar-a-Lago property for classified documents, plenty of which they found, and for a separate investigation into potential ties between Russia and his 2016 presidential campaign, also which they found. Trump said Tuesday he didn't know the dollar figures involved and suggested he had not spoken to officials about it. But, he added, all I know is that they would owe me a lot of money. Sure they would, Donald. Though the Justice Department has a protocol for reviewing such claims, Trump asserted it's interesting because I'm the one that makes the decision, right? That decision would have to go across my desk, he added. Yeah, about that. He said he could donate any taxpayer money or use it to help pay for a ballroom he's building at the White House. Oh, good Lord. The status of the claims and any negotiations thereover within the Justice Department were not immediately clear. One of Trump's lead defense lawyers in the Mar-a-Lago investigation, Todd Blanche, is now the Deputy Attorney General at the Justice Department. The current Associate Attorney General, Stanley Woodward, represented Trump's valet and co-defendant, Walt Nauta, in the same case. In any circumstance, all officials at the Department of Justice are compromised. I mean, they will follow the guidance of career ethics officials. Sure they will, a Justice Department spokesperson said. A White House spokesperson referred comment back to the Justice Department. You know what? That's the news at this hour I can't take anymore. If you're watching our news videos on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. PEP Radio is live on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paquality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.